Hello, I'm Stuart Bloor, and today has been described as a miserable day. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm next to the canal, my rod's out, my bait's in the water. I can't think of one single negative word to fit into that equation. I believe as an angler, you can't have too much of a good thing. And I've been doing a lot of perch fishing so far this year, and I'm looking forward to what this week has in store. If you make angling videos and you want a very practical tip from me, get yourself a waterproof camera. I've just knocked this one in. That's the third time it's gone in, but of course it continues to live to fight another day. It's been very, very slow. I haven't even had a single tap. And then the rod tip came alive. I'm about to net my first perch of the week. Come on, there you go. Excellent. I don't catch many fish per session, but they do tend to be a decent size on here, and that suits me. Quality over quantity any day. If you do follow my blog, then this is the spot that I have fished quite a few times in recent weeks, targeting perch. No other anglers here, no sign or evidence of people fishing. In fact, one or two passers-by, walking dogs, have said to me, "You're the first angler that I've ever seen on here." And it just shows, doesn't it, what's out there if we prepare to put the time in, if we prepare to locate some perchy looking spots. In my case, could be other species, of course. We prepare to locate some spots, put the time in, you never know what's out there. I've been really impressed with the average of the fish, the size of the fish that I've been catching, and who knows, there could be something even better in there, even better than that perch that I caught quite recently that was, relatively speaking, a monster for the canal. It's really late, as you can see, and I'm just getting my final tap, and yes, I'm into a fish, and it feels like a nice one. I love saying that, especially if I can net it. Brilliant. Yeah, I think this is bigger than the one I caught earlier anyway. Definitely. Just shows, doesn't it? Look how dark it is now. It's well worth staying behind, isn't it? And yes, this is a nice fish. Brilliant. What a perfect way to end the day, even though it's tipping down a rain now. And the fish doesn't come up very well on the screen, of course, with the light as it is. So what you can see now is the camera version. I'm back. You can never have too much of a good thing. And I'm watching that rod tip now, really excited because I know it's going to come to life again. Absolutely confident that I've hit on a really good stretch here. Anyway, I haven't got to the stage yet where I'm dreaming about them, but I am looking forward very much to getting down on the canal after perch. And that's basically how I decide what I'm going to fish for. As an all-rounder, I fish for many species, many venues, many different methods and tactics. Basically, whatever comes to the top of the pile. And at the moment, it's perch. Anyway, it's a totally different day today, as you can no doubt see from the limited views that you've got on the screen. Absolutely tipping it down when I finished the session last night, just a few hours ago. And here we are in beautiful conditions. As far as I'm concerned, never let the weather affect your fishing. If it's raining, go. If it's sunny, go. If it's snowing, go. Just target the right species, make sure you're on the right venues and all that sort of stuff, but ultimately never let the weather affect your fishing. I'm getting a few little taps here and I'm ready to strike, and yes! Oh, it's another one of my nice perch. They're all great from here, aren't they? I don't mind catching small fish, you know, far from it, but it's nice when I can catch these these decent ones. Well, I've just had a couple of boats through, so to catch this fish straight afterwards is great stuff in the net. Smashing fish, aren't they? Brilliant. Immediately after casting in, I'm getting more evidence that there are fish out there on my rod top. Well, I was. It's gone very quiet now. Just waiting for a a little bit more of a knock, and I'm going to strike. Oh, it's on. Yes, another perch. Probably about the same size as that one. Excellent. Come on. Great. I must say they're not very active, not very lively. Until they realise they're hooked, of course, and they do struggle. This one's great, brilliant. My favourite fish, the perch. There it is. Fantastic. Look at the fins as well. I love the colour on the fins of the perch, especially on the tail. Beautiful. The brief footage that you just saw was under the water. The camcorder, as I've already said, it's been in the drink a few times and survived. It is actually designed to film underwater, and I don't know if you've got this sort of technology. First time I've ever had this capacity to film underwater, but it just doesn't feel right immersing your camcorder and taking footage. So far, on the very few occasions that I have used that, I've just put the end of the camcorder in the water, but I can actually go down to a reasonable depth. What I'll probably do is, when I get some very clear margin water, I'll take some shots of that. In fact, there's a place that I do fish that has white-clawed crayfish in it, in the shallows, in the margins. They come out to play at night, and I'm looking forward to definitely getting that facility working for those in the summer. I'm on a first light session. I had to scrape ice off the car windshield this morning. Not thick ice, but nevertheless I had to scrape it off, and it's just started to sleet. So the conditions have turned yet again, and because we've had a very cold overnight, consequently the water temperature is down. Not much, but the water temperature is down, so the trend is downwards. On the subject of water temperatures, on my website I've actually got a designated page where I share the water temperatures as I take them. Now you may say, well, I'm not in your area, it's not applicable to me, but nevertheless, if you look at them, I spread them out on one page for the month. If you look at them, it gives you a good idea of what's happening. So even if you're not on my venue, you may be somewhere else, you may even be somewhere else in the country, it gives you a general idea of what's happening. So check that out. It's on my website, group of pages at the top, my YouTube channel, other anglers' blogs, I share those as well, and water temperature, so could be a useful resource. And the sleet has turned to snow. I love fishing in the snow. In fact, this is when I really want to catch a perch, so I can pose with it with snowflakes falling around me. Excellent. I'm an hour or so into the session. The snow has been coming and going. It's very cold. I've got fish out there. I'm getting some very half-hearted plucks. They're not bites, nothing to strike at, but you keep at it. I'm putting a little bit of feed in. I'm trying to work out, because I think I've got roach out there as well, so I'm trying to work out just the right amount of stimulation needed to get a fish on the bank. A couple of hours into the session, it's gone very, very quiet, and I've just realised why. I've seen a pike swirl out there, about 4 pounds. So not a big fish, but big enough to disrupt my swim. The bad news is it stopped snowing, so I don't get my snow picture. But the good news is I'm playing a perch, and as always, it's well, always recently anyway, it's a nice one. So the pike must have gone, and the perch have come out to play, and it's in the net. Brilliant. The video comes to an end. I'm down the Wolves this afternoon, and I'm with the New Saints away tomorrow in the Welsh Premier League at Aberystwyth. Take care, tight lines, and I'll see you next week.